Good afternoon, Houston. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Kim Castro. I'm back. I know you just saw me on our live stream, but within that minute is when we've got brand new updates from the National Weather Service. So previously we were under a watch for a winter storm. We have now been upgraded to a winter storm warning. Means this is happening and it is coming to Houston. So those preparations that I told you need to do today, you certainly need to get them done before tomorrow now, because we start that warning at 6 in the morning for our Saturday and it lasts until 6 o'clock on Sunday. Light to moderate ice possible for the areas highlighted in pink. That includes downtown Houston, all of Harris County, includes Grime, Washington, Austin, Waller, basically every spot with the exception of our immediate coastline. Notice Huntsville, so Walker, San Jacinto, and Polk not in that because they have their own warning that is elevated beyond the criteria that is in Houston. And that is because our northern cities and counties are expecting even more accumulation of ice. You'll notice Huntsville and the surrounding areas could receive 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. The closer you get to downtown, that threat goes down to about 1/10 of an inch. This is still very dangerous to drive in. However, the risk for power outages is less than the risk that is up in Huntsville. So because of that, there is an ice storm warning for Walker, San Jacinto, and Polk. Same time frame, starts at 6 in the morning, expires at 6 o'clock on Sunday. In this area, power outages and tree damage is likely instead of possible. So that's the difference in the wording. The winter storm warning for Houston says it's possible that we could have some isolated power outages. The areas that are under an ice storm warning, it is likely. And again, it all has to do with the ice accumulation, the amounts that we're expecting. 1/4 of an inch of ice is a big deal because that sitting on top of a 1,000-foot power line adds 500 pounds. So yes, that is enough to bring that power line tumbling down. In addition to the winter storm bringing us the threat of ice, it is also bringing us the threat of extreme cold. So now the National Weather Service has upgraded us to an extreme cold warning as well. Temperatures are going to be dangerous, especially when you factor in the wind chill. So temperatures with the wind makes it feel like it's between 5 to 15 degrees. The coldest morning is going to be on Monday. So what do you need to do for your home? Make sure those pipes are wrapped, especially ones that are exposed, and make sure you are dressed in layers. Avoid going outside. Stay indoors. 6 a.m. on Monday, actual air temperature in downtown Houston, 18 degrees, but it feels like 5. So no surprise that we are under that warning. Here are the weekend impacts all laid out for us. Freezing rain starts overnight Saturday into Sunday. Now, while most of the moisture wraps up by Sunday morning, temperatures could remain below freezing on Sunday. So whatever is frozen on the ground is going to stay that way. So no driving. That is not a day that you want to chance. Monday, like we talked about, is going to be the coldest start in the morning with those temperatures dropping down into the teens. So this is what it looks like on Future Track. Today is a good preparation day because we just have a few isolated showers here and there and temperatures are really mild. We're in the 60s. Then as we go into tomorrow, widespread heavy rain. At this point, we're already under our warnings. We're under a winter storm warning in Houston. We're under an ice storm warning in Walker County. So this is not a day that you want to be making preparations. You'll notice already we have the potential of seeing some ice in our northern cities and counties. I know the temperature doesn't reflect freezing just yet, but this is one model and we could have those temperatures slide down to 32 degrees. The timing of the cold air is going to be something that the models struggle with. So this is a possibility that we already start seeing ice by Saturday morning. Then as we go into the afternoon and evening, that threat for ice increases because those temperatures continue to trickle down and we still have this incoming moisture. So 10 o'clock, Huntsville's in the 20s, Conroe's close to freezing, Columbus is close to freezing too, so is Katy. Katy's in the 30s. Hobby Airport's at 40, Bush is at 37. Notice as we go into the overnight, that's when the threat of ice becomes more widespread. Temperatures are the coldest and we could see some ice even reaching our coastline. Most of the moisture wraps up on Sunday, but look at the temperatures, right on the cusp of freezing or below freezing. So that's why we do have that threat of a glazing of ice on the roads. Today really is the last day to make preparations, because once we're under those warnings, you do not want to be chancing anything. You don't want to be out on the roads, and you certainly want to make sure that you have all your resources already available. 63 degrees, that is our temperature out the door right now, so it is really comfortable. It is not raining. Some spots are seeing a little bit of a drizzle, but that's it. Just know that this cold air is coming. I know it feels really quiet, really comfortable right now, but it is sinking south, and it is a really deep, cold pool of air. We're talking about minus 15, so 15 degrees below zero for International Falls, 11 degrees below zero for Minneapolis, North Dakota below zero, Rapid City 1 degree below zero, Amarillo, our panhandle, in the teens already. Dallas hanging on to the 40s right now, but not for long. Dallas is going to start seeing that threat of ice already tonight. Our threats start tomorrow, and that is when we go under this weather impact alert. Tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, all days to monitor the forecast closely, to stay inside and not chance hitting the roads. Remember, ice is going to be a big concern, especially the further north that you go. As a reminder, brand new from the National Weather Service, Walker, San Jacinto, and Polk counties, so Huntsville into the Livingston area, you are under an ice storm warning. That means you could have accumulations that lead to power outages in your neighborhood. So what do you need to get in order to be without power for a day or two? Notice things get a lot better. As we head into Tuesday, we recover. Yes, we start off cold, but we max out in the 50s. And on Wednesday, start off in the 30s, and we're back up into the 60s. We are going to have updates for you all day long. If we see any other watches or warnings popping up by the National Weather Service, we will make sure you are updated first. Our next newscast is at 4 o'clock, and then we'll be live again at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. We'll see you on the TV side.